Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is an SU-14-1, it's the Tier 7 Soviet SPG. It's located on the east spawn of Airfield and it's under the command of Smooth932.
Let's get this show on the road.
Now this Arty has actually been relegated to the Collectors tab on for Soviet vehicles now. It's not in the main tech tree. That position has now been taken up by the S-51, which used to be on the KV2 position, or just the next one up from the KV2. This Arty has a 152mm howitzer, which has 700 alpha and penetrates through 38mm of armour with a burst radius of 7.6 meters and a reload time of 20.74 seconds, which is actually quite decent. The Arty itself is it's a heavy tank design. It's a T-35 that's been modified to carry an artillery piece instead. They actually designed this in the interwar period, but they shelved the project after building a couple of prototypes and thought nothing more of it until the war started and Barbarossa happened. And then of course they needed artillery pieces, and of course they decided they'd modify these vehicles, and the modified version initially was this version, the SU-14-1, and then they modified it once more to turn it into the SU-14-2, of which there is only one example remaining as far as I'm aware, and that's at the Russian Tank Museum at Kubinka. Rounds out, direct hit 157. Now this can be a very accurate Arty in the right hands if you let the aim settle on the target, and of course the fast reload does provide you with good, accurate, heavy hitting damage. Rounds out in the eye or knee. Yep, nice hit, 224. You're unlikely to get a penetrating shot on these guys because their armor's very thick, but if you can keep them splatted from a distance, yeah, it's going to make life very uncomfortable for these heavy tanks. Going for the Oni again, actually aiming at the IS-6, he hits both of them. 143 off the Oni, 199 off the IS-6. The Oni is getting rather fed up with getting hit all the time, but I think he's trying to get after some of our teammates, and now we're aiming for the rear of the T-29. Or is that the front? It's the front actually. And he got a direct hit on that guy for 219. He's racking up the damage. The battle's only been going for less than 3 minutes. He's already got 1,219 hit points. That's a lot. Okay, the problem now is the IS-6 and T-29 are around the other side of that rock, so we can't get shots on those. But a P-44 Pantera and an Oni, it's the same Oni, are on that position. I'm not sure you can get a shot on either at the moment because that rock face appears to be in the way, but well, he splashed the Pantera and our Batchat 12 tons gone in to harass them. And that's excited the Pantera, who's suddenly been taken out by the Lorraine 40 ton, otherwise known as the Dude. Yep, his nickname was the Dude, his IGN rather. Going for the Wizzy 1201 GFT, the premium tank destroyer. Direct hit! Ooh, that's really going to annoy him. Yep, he's pretty much stunned. And he's now been almost wiped out. The next shot will kill this guy. You can be sure of that. If it lands on target, he's gone. Rounds out. Here we go. Yep. In fact, it splashed him to death because I think the shell landed behind him, but it still was enough to kill him. Okay, the Oni just died. And it was the Dude who got him as well. Of course, if you don't know who the Dude is, The Big Lebowski. Brilliant film. Well worth watching. Fantastic performances by everyone involved. It's really quite hilarious. Well, we've lost sight of that Super Hellcat, so we can't hit him. The VK, it's a difficult shot, but we can certainly go for that Barask. And, well, he's in that little kind of dip area there, but No, he's decided he's going to go for the VK3002D instead. Very difficult shot because he's actually in the shadow of that hill, the pocket. Fires a round in. Nope, doesn't get that one. Instead, he's going to go for the Jagdpanther 2, who's hiding behind those rocks. It's going to be a blind shot. Looks good. Waiting for the reload to complete. He's marked the ground to tell his teammates that's where I'm going next. Rounds out. Goes long. I doubt if that damaged the Jagdpanther at all. That was right on the edge of the reticule as well. And you can see he hasn't moved the aim at all. And it's still right on the edge. Go for another one. If this one's on target, he might get something out of it. No, it hits the rock face again. It's not on the edge of the reticule this time, but it is fairly close to it. We're only one tank up on the enemy at the moment. He's going for it again. Rounds out. That's better, and he hit the guy. The Jagdpanther 2 was still there, and he got a direct hit on him behind that bush. Now we've just lost two tanks, both Scorpions, to the enemy. A Crusader SB got one, E25 got the other. I suppose, yes. The good news is we are still equal with the enemy team. Well, there was 5 each left on both sides, but we've just killed one of the enemy. Took out their E25, so now there's 4 left on the enemy team. So he's given up shooting at that Jagdpanther. He's now going to go after the Scorpion G, which is a more important target. Dialing in. Rounds out. The guy moves away just slightly. He doesn't get any damage off that shot. But he's going to give it another go. The Scorpion's obviously still there and taking damage. Oh, he's decided to change the aim again. We don't know if the Jagdpanther 2 is still there. He might have moved. He's firing again on the same spot. No, there's no joy this time, and I suspect... Oh, we just lost the Super Hellcat to the Scorpion G, but the Scorpion G got finally taken out by our Panther 88 of all things. So there's 3 left on our team, 2 left on the enemy, and we're looking for their TD, their Jagdpanther 2. And he's firing rounds into that corner as if the guy's still there. But I suspect he's probably relocated somewhere else. Knowing that he's the last tank alive on his team, he'll probably try to get to a position where he can try and defend the cap area. Oh, he was still there! Smooth was right. I was wrong. He was still there. And that's a very bad play by that Jagdpanther 2. He should have actually relocated. He didn't. I accept I was wrong on that occasion. And there's the last remaining enemy, the Crusader SP. But he just killed our E25, who tried to ram him to death. And Smooth fires the round in, that ends the game. And picks up his 3rd kill. Well, he surprised me with that Jagdpanther 2. That driver obviously didn't realise that his cap was under threat, and he didn't relocate. It's an ace tanker for Smooth 932 in the SU-14-1. He managed to get a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 16. He got a Gore's medal for doing more damage than 8 times the hit points of his own vehicle, but no other medals other than those 2. If we check the team score, yeah, he did get the highest damage on his team, but not the highest damage in the game. That bat chap Rask managed to get 3,823 hit points, and he picked up the high caliber. He did have the opportunity to take a shot at that guy during the game, but he neglected to. Instead, he actually went after other targets. In fact, he went after the Jagdpanther 2 instead, but finally did get the kill on that guy. When it came to kills though, he did have the top spot, but he shared it with the VK3002D and the Crusader 5.5 SP. They all got 3 kills each. And when it came to base XP, yes, he's got that one. 1,176 went to Smooth 932, 870 went to the Lorraine 40-ton, 822 to the Super Hellcat. He fired 20 rounds in that game, got 10 direct hits, no penetration but 18 splash. Damage of 3,081 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. He damaged 8 of the enemy, killed 3, and did 894 hit points of stun assist of 15 stuns. 39,653 credits on a premium count, and after resupply of ammunition took away 27,080 credits. He received 1,176 XP, times 2 for the first victory, 5,000 from personal mission payout, and took away 8,528 experience points altogether. Well, I think you can roundly say that I was very surprised that the Jagdpanther 2 driver actually stayed where he was, Hugo's Kaiser. He really should have moved away from that position after he realised his cat was under threat, but instead he stuck there behind his little rock, even though he was continually receiving Arty fire, and just stayed there instead. He should have relocated the moment the Arty rounds started falling on top of him. But yeah, I think some players, if they lack the experience to play the game properly, they'll just sit there. And he took 6 stuns during that game. You'd think after the first couple of stuns he'd realise, yeah, maybe it's time to relocate to avoid this Arty fire which keeps coming down on top of me. But yep, he stayed there and he paid for it in the end because, well, you can see that Smooth picked up 1,150 hit points of damage. That's his entire health taken out by Smooth 932 with an Arty from the other side of the battlefield. Yeah, very poor decision making by the Jagdpanther 2 driver. So if you enjoyed that battle and you enjoyed seeing me eat humble pie because Smooth got it right, I got it wrong, then thanks very much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the replay. It certainly surprised me at the end that somebody could sit there and take 6 stuns and not relocate. I'm afraid, yes, there are Muppets out there among us. Thanks for watching.